And we are live from Fort Scott, Kansas. No, we're not in Cuba, Missouri. Hopefully that'll update in a minute. We're live from Fort Scott, Kansas here. We have a supercell going up just about 20 miles north of us, and I can already see the base. It's already got scud on it, trying to develop a wall cloud. Just when it turns back on, shut it down. Just like shut it down so it doesn't run battery. But here, I'm gonna get in position here. You can see our storm. We're not gonna hit the fence right there. Don't wanna hit the fence. So I am in Kansas, near the Kansas-Missouri border. Like I said, kind of the Joplin region, but we're a little bit to the north of Joplin. By about an hour or so, hour 15 minutes north of Joplin. We already have a wall cloud developing on our supercell over here.
What's your pin?
5823. Where my phone went. I was just tracking stuff in here.
I think I got it.
Okay. Just.
Do you want it back in your bag?
Huh?
Do you want it back in your bag?
Yeah. Thank you. I just have to have it shut down or else it'll run battery and it'll die. So we're going through Fort Scott, Kansas, and we should be able to get a view of our storm here soon. There's our storm over there, very dark. It's already severe warned for hail and wind. And we'll see what this one does. I don't have high expectations, especially for a tornado, but I'm hopeful for a good storm at the very least. I'm hopeful for at least a good thunderstorm, and we'll see what happens.
Still says.
Yeah, I know. It's going to say Missouri, guys, but we're in Fort Scott, Kansas. It'll hopefully change around. Oh, we need to get the radar on. Where's the iPad? We got to open up Radar Omega on the iPad. It should work. Got to get that all connected over here.
It's so cool.
It's very cool. We do have a supercell, guys. It's just kind of in its beginning stages. It's just getting going. Yeah, that's it.
Just keep it on this?
Yeah.
And it'll show
Just
up
keep it
on
open. Yeah. We'll show my location. Should just as long as it stays up. Just put it somewhere back there.
And then you don't want it turned off though?
No, it'll stay on.
If it turns off?
No, it'll stay on. Like it won't turn off on its own.
Okay.
It'll just stay on.
You just want it to
Yeah.
see. I was making sure.
But here's our storm over here. It's just in its beginning stages here, and don't really know exactly what this one is going to be like, but it's the main risk is big hail. I think the main risk is hail, 2 to 3 inches, so lime size up to a baseball. That is the main threat. But we'll see. There's always a small chance for a little brief tornado. We do have a cold front, and what happens is that storm could interact with the cold front, and it could produce something, maybe. There's a lot of vorticity along that cold front, and then there's a lot of stretching. We have a lot of CAPE, convective available potential energy, so we have a lot of CAPE and a lot of stretching and a lot of vorticity. So we could get some kind of land spout hybrid type of tornado if we did. Other than that, I really wouldn't expect much of a tornado risk in the traditional sense. It'd kind of have to be a weird, for us to get a tornado today, it kind of have to be a weird tornado, something that's kind of out of the ordinary, which is always possible. But of course, the expectations are for hopefully a good storm structure and some hail and wind, and I'm going to chase this thing all the way back down to home. These storms should be moving into the Joplin area later this evening, 6, 7, 8, 9 o'clock. And yeah, I'll chase them all the way home unless they fall apart before then, which is always possible. I'm not sure how long these are gonna stay robust. We'll see. But our tops on the storm are still going up here, so we will play it by ear. See that lining? Oh, that was zoomed in too much. I like to keep it at 0.9. I like to keep it between 0.7 and 0.9. So, we do have a base on our storm. We do have a base on our storm here, and we'll see it in just a minute whenever we turn this direction. It already has some supercell characteristics starting to get going. Now we just have to be patient and wait. Maybe it'll be this storm. Maybe another one will fire to the west of it. That wouldn't surprise me at all. Turn ever. Slowest turn ever. What is this guy doing?
Probably turning
that way, okay. Looks like a nicer version of my car right there. There's our storm. You can see the base right there. We got a supercell. We got a supercell. I don't know how much it's rotating, but we do have a supercell. It is a supercell. And it's early stages where this is right off the rip. These storms have kind of been slowly developing for about an hour now, but now they're really starting to take shape. 51,000 feet tall here. Yes, this storm is becoming a supercell. It's got more convection forming off to the southwest. So it's going to get mergers maybe, and we'll have to see what happens. I'm almost wondering if we could have a storm today develop along the cold front and just kind of do a little zipper. We call it a zipper effect, where a storm will zip west down the cold front and end up kind of producing like a hybrid type of tornado. That's my high-end expectation, but probably not going to happen. These storms might be moving too much they might be moving too fast to the southeast. But if a storm can turn kind of west, if we can get a storm to turn to the west or southwest or due south, it's possible. But I'm not too sure. They might be just enough ahead of that front where they don't. Or Wichita radar is not working today. That's not great. We got a lot of trees here for Kansas standards. This part of Kansas has a lot of trees. But every now and again, when we get out of these trees, you can see a glimpse of the storm base. And it did have a nice, tail cloud earlier, trying to develop a wall cloud whenever I first got a view of it. But it looks slightly more disorganized now. But the storm has gotten bigger and it's gotten a little bit stronger. So we're still seeing what it does here. It's only 2:30. It's only 2:30. I didn't expect storms to fire until 3 or 4, so it's only 2:30. So we have a lot of time left today to see what these things do. It's trying to pull in some scud. The moisture is kind of on the fringes. Our temperature dew point spreads are pretty high, about 20 degrees temperature dew point spread. So we have a dew point around 70, and we have a temperature in the upper 80s, almost 90. There's our supercell right there.
It's working.
It's working. Oh, it says we're at Fort Scott now.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay, hopefully my home internet doesn't die. If my home internet dies, I might crash out again. That would suck. Yeah, I've been having home internet problems recently, guys, and I think it's because probably whatever router I use at home can't handle the bandwidth or whatever that happens when I stream, so I might just have to stomach a more expensive router and see if that fixes the problem. It probably would. Yeah, you're good. But this road has a lot of trees on it. Surprisingly, there's our storm over there on the left. You can see the scud trying to rise into it. That scud is kind of that little jagged, those little jaggedy clouds underneath the base. That's called scud. But we have a nice supercell starting to develop here, and the question is, can this supercell do anything interesting? Like I said, I think it's a really small chance for a tornado, but I do think there's a small enough chance to at least get me out chasing this storm. And we have some more storms developing to the southwest as well. We're gonna have to watch those guys and see what they do. We're still quite a ways from these storms. Are really high based because we're a good 12 miles away from the base, 12, 13 miles from the base, and we can see it very easily. So these are very, very high based storms. So that's another reason why the tornado threat's pretty low. But it's not zero. There's a 2% tornado risk. And as you saw yesterday, there's that big tornado south of St. Louis in the middle of the Ozarks. And we weren't on that one, but unfortunately, but our forecast was right. I said it multiple times. I'm like, the Storm Prediction Center, I don't know why they don't have a tornado risk. They're very wrong. And, well, it turns out there was a big tornado, so pretty big botch by the Storm Prediction Center yesterday. And these storms are going to need a lot of help here to see what they do. I want to find a spot to just sit here somewhere. Hopefully my service is okay. It looks like it's okay. So I'll go a little bit further north here. The terrain around this area is not bad, but anytime you get close to rivers and creeks, it'll get kind of iffy, and the service will get bad too. So we might lose service a couple of times, but it should not be anything like yesterday. It should be much better than we had yesterday. That's the good news. Big derecho that's going to possible derecho. I wouldn't want to say it's for sure, but across the Texas Panhandle, Oklahoma, northern Texas as well, DFW even could be in that threat. It's a really hilly area right here. They could all be in that risk zone, and we have another storm firing right in front of us, right there. They could all be in burnt out of storm chasing, so I didn't really want to drive.
And there's a person.
Just chilling over here. 5-7 hours just to probably see mostly wind and hail. I could probably go see wind and hail if I drive 1.5 hours, right? So that's kind of my thinking today. And the storms have lost that kind of little scuddy look. So, but I think eventually these things will organize again. We'll just have to wait. Why is my road network right here so bad? It's weird. Oh, we'll just have to wait a little bit, but eventually they will get their act together at some point. I hope so. For our sake, chasing it, I hope they get their act together. I have no roads here. This is a weird area. It's all hills and trees. Earlier we were driving through a lot of farmland and stuff like that, but the terrain right here is not quite as kind. watching these storms to the west that are firing as well. Let's see if they do anything. The skies are gotten pretty dark here. You got a little bit of inflow trying to feed into these storms. I'm gonna go up to this dirt road up here. Hopefully we have service, so we do. Sit here for a minute and watch these things develop. We got time to see what they do. Right now they're extremely high base. We got some nice lightning there. They really kind of need to get stronger, and then I think once they get stronger, some of these can start to try and rotate and not be such high base junk. But these storm bases are pretty tall. There's a lot of lightning right out ahead of this one. Like a lot of clear air, like it's not even raining over there. You see that big rain shaft starting to see how like the lines are just, that's the big rain shaft right there. So there's some hail in there and everything. We're about to have a storm merger, so these two storms are kind of going to merge together, and then when these storms merge together, I think we'll have a little bit better of an idea of what could happen. But if I had to guess, we're going to have to end up going just a little bit to the west. We got storms firing now along the whole front here, just everywhere now. Firing along the whole front. Got a good bit of lightning now going on some of these storms. These storms looked a lot better 20 minutes ago when I first got on them, but we just got to give it a little bit of time. And like I said, there's a merger happening, and I want to see what happens with these mergers before. I want to see what happens with the mergers here before we make a game plan on how to chase this. But welcome in, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Welcome in Justin, Cindy, Lisa, Michael. How's it going? Happy Sunday. Claire, Maddox. What's up, Maddox? Brian, Shelly. Maybe I already said Amanda. Is this storm coming to Minnesota? I don't think so. I haven't done any forecasting up in Minnesota, but I don't think so. As far as I'm concerned right now, no. We'll give these a little bit of time. It's only 2:30. These guys just fired here. We'll have to give them time to start to cook. There's a little bit of a base there on the left. Starting to come together, but let's see. With this merger happening. model runs don't even fire off anything good supercell wise. They just fire off storms that kind of pop up and die. If that happens, it's not going to be a very fun chase. But a lot of the model runs earlier this morning were firing some pretty good supercells here. So you got a horse and a buggy coming our direction here. It's always weird when you sit out on these roads because everyone always is like, "Are you okay?" You know, because they think you're like broken down or something. But
I wonder if this horse and buggy guy will.
yeah, they probably will ask me if I'm okay, and I'll just be like, "Oh, I'm just out here watching these storms," and they'll give you a weird look every time. They're like, "Okay, what's this guy? Why is this guy out here watching these storms? Nothing's gonna happen."
Horses are so funny.
Yeah, but here they come strolling by.
They waved.
They waved. There's that. I guess that's probably Amish.
Yeah, there's little kids in the back too.
I know, there's little kids in the back with hats on.
They were looking.
That's funny.
The whole family looked back.
You're like, oh gosh, what are these guys doing?
That's funny.
But overall, these are very ugly high base storms right now, so you gotta give it a little bit more time and see what happens. Right now, there's just too many storms trying to compete with each other, I think. Probably too many storms trying to compete with each other. It's a lot of rain. We could go sample the hail core too. Definitely have info into this. Multiple cluster storms right here. We don't need these storms. We just need this one right here. But we have these storms interact. That's the problem. It's way too clustered. We did earlier. We had one supercell right there. We just had one supercell, and it was starting to get like a wall cloud and inflow. And then look, all these storms kind of developed on top of each other, and then. But now we do kind of have a little area of some rotation. It's a very, very, very broad and weak rotation forming. But the problem is we just have too many cells off to the left and right. So they're going to all negatively, of course, they're going to negatively interact with each other. Still warned for 1-inch hail here.
Horse and buggy people get back into it.
Yeah, hopefully they get.
I really wouldn't want to be in a horse buggy.
No, that would not be very fun, would it? Yeah, look at that little appendage. See that? Yeah, I mean, you could say that's a wall cloud. I don't know. It's kind of on the margins of if I'd call it one or not. You can see some scuds turning to right. We need this base to lower a little bit. these storms over here are just gonna mess with it too much. If it was just this right here, then we might have something more to look at, but some other horse and buggy come in.
But it's the same people.
So they're coming up on the behind us.
I know, does their horse, will their horse move?
What?
Their horse will
Yeah, their
come around.
horse will move around us, obviously, but man, look at that range shaft right there. That's a serious one right there. Yeah, see, they'll go around us. They might ask us what we're doing and whatnot, but maybe not. That one doesn't have a kid in there.
No,
That's a little bit smaller of one.
there was only 2 people in that.
Only 2 people in that one. Well, that's some inflow starting to come into this thing now. It's trying to get inflow. It's trying to be a supercell, and it's trying to get inflow and do all that stuff. It just can't because there's too many updrafts. There's just too many updrafts developing right here. That's the main problem. There's just too many updrafts. So we'll see what happens with it here. They issued a severe thunderstorm watch here. Low probability for tornadoes. The severe thunderstorm watch gives a 20% chance for 2 tornadoes. That's not too bad, right? Let's see, a 5% chance of a strong tornado. There's also a severe thunderstorm watch for Oklahoma and Texas. I wonder if that one will become a tornado watch later on. See, look, it's trying to pull in inflow. You can see the inflow tail. See that scud? How it's like kind of a tail? Do you see that? How it's kind of a tail? It's trying to pull in this inflow right here and become a supercell. I just don't know what's going to happen because of all these storms going up all next to each other. We might just have a line. Trying to pull in some inflow here, but the problem is like all this rain starting to fall now. There's just too much rain, but it's pulling in an inflow tail, so it's becoming a supercell now at this point. And the hail on it's gotten a lot it's either gotten a lot bigger or there's a lot more of it now because the radar is picking up on it now. Hail, yeah, they warned it for ping pongs now, so that's pretty good. Ping pongs. We'll try not to get into any of that stuff. We might have to go a little bit south here in a minute. Actually, this storm over here is about to start putting off some hail on us. So, but I mean, this is really just too disorganized right now because of all these updrafts. That's the main thing. Just too many updrafts right here in this one spot. The storm can't ever get an identity if it's always getting constantly slammed with updrafts. I wonder if this updraft to the west is going to become dominant. I think it may. Or we could just have, they all might just merge into one big old supercell too. That also could happen.
Is it good if they do that?
It could be kind of, just to put the pin. I'm just gonna move just a little bit south here. Definitely a lot more storms are developing than what some of the models had. Especially the HRRR model so far is a little bit off on how many storms have developed. And that oftentimes can be the case with these, that is oftentimes the case with these cold front setups with a lot of instability. It'll overdo it a little bit. We're just gonna get out into a better position here and maybe we'll intercept some hail today. We'll just core it. I probably won't want to core it if it's too big. Like I said, I'm saving my windshield busting for whenever I'm actually on a nice tornado. So unless there's a tornado that I can get right up on, I probably wouldn't want to core much today. Although, you never know. Maybe we'll do it by accident. Not a lot of good roads around here, so we're gonna have to keep that in mind. I think once we go a little bit south, our road network gets better, but it's still just a little bit iffy. A lot of lightning is starting to pick up, so I do think we're getting to the point where storms are getting pretty strong now. It's almost 3 o'clock, so this makes sense. Thought maybe our storms might peak around 4 or 5 o'clock. But right now they're just kind of precip. They're loaded with precip because there's just too many updrafts, and I'm wondering if it's going to be one of these updrafts to our south that ends up going up and doing it. Maybe we'll intercept the hail core at Fort Scott. We might just go down to Fort Scott, get up. There's a lot of gas stations there. We can find an awning to get under and see how big it is. It's probably like ping pongs, but there is potential for some big hail if something really gets a big updraft going, but I don't know if these storms are quite tall enough. We already had to chase your hit a turkey this year. It didn't go so well. Much of a warning either. It comes up quick. I think it might be that storm to the west that ends up getting out. The problem is we want to get on the tail end storm, and none of these are doing it. Like, they're all like too like. Sometimes storms don't like each other. So whenever they get all clustered up together, they don't they kind of take each other's energy, and you kind of need one storm to dominate. If you get too many storms, sometimes you need storms to cluster up, but then once they cluster up, you gotta leave each other alone. Sometimes you have too many storms to start dominating. I'm wondering if it'll be this storm down towards Uniontown, a little bit southwest of Fort Scott. But it's not. I don't know which one it'll be. Getting a little farther south here to our road, and then we can adjust.
I can drive too.
Oh, man. Gotta get through all these trees. Welcome to Southeast Kansas. Actually, all of Eastern Kansas looks like this. To this road at the top of this hill. We'll get down here and get a few of these again. Right now, these storms are too high based, and they can't get their act. Wow, that is one heck of a rain current now. Oh my goodness, that is insane. That is insane. And we'll call that a rain foot. It kind of sticks out like a foot. It's called a rain foot. Let me turn around here.
Highway material and it said keep out.
What does that mean?
I don't know, but it said keep out.
What the heck? What did I just go into? What is this? This is a weird spot. Our supercell, our original supercell's kind of getting eaten up. Now we just got too many updrafts all going up, I guess. Jeez. That's a crazy rain foot. Too much clustering of storms here. They're just all too clustered together. You can see it's trying to become a supercell. It's trying to get that tail cloud in there, and they're just too clustered. way too clustered. It has to be this one down by. See, look how clustered up these guys are here. So whatever focuses on them. I don't know why this camera is being weird, but we got a big cluster of storms there, and these storms need to be isolated to get their act together. But we got some really pretty storms here. That's one heck of a rain shaft. My goodness. We're about to get some light rain here. It's trying to form a wall cloud right in front of us. See that? It's trying to do it, but I don't know. I bet there's a lot of wind. Whenever you get big downdrafts like that, it's very windy. It's very windy stuff. We need some lightning here.
I know.
That'd be nice. We need some good lightning right in front of us. There should be plenty on the storm. We'll watch and see if this starts to rotate or not. I'm not sure what we're looking at here. Camera's all focused weird. I don't know what the heck happened to it. Why is it focused so bad? Let me see if I can turn this around. See if I can fix this focus. Focused. It's like...
Is it... Do you need to wipe your camera?
No, it's fine. I'll focus on this angle though, so... there's a little bit of rotation right in front of us. That's kind of rotating right there.
That one?
Yeah, that's rotating a little bit right in front of us.
I was gonna ask you about that.
But not a lot. We're starting to get a little bit of structure now on these things. There's a lot of upward motion there, but there's a lot of vorticity there right there. I don't know, I hope, don't want the camera to be all zoomed in so too much, you know, so I kind of hope it fixes itself. Yeah, there's definitely, I think it's even showing up on radar just a little bit.
It's really cool to watch that.
Yeah. I mean, this storm is very disorganized, but it's trying to get more organized here. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to do this. It's trying to get a little bit more organized here. It's working on itself, and we'll see if it does anything. That rotation's gone now. But it's kind of right there. It's actually kind of right in front of us. It's trying to rotate. Which makes me think that, like, if we could just get this, if we just had a favorable storm that wasn't all, like, you know. That's so weird. We just had a favorable storm that wasn't all, like, clustered together with all these other cells that could, like, do something, you know. because that's a lot of like vorticity and like upward motion right there in front of us. Yeah, there's some like crazy tornado that just happened in the like Texas Panhandle, and like there's like one chaser on it. Apparently, there are like there's only a couple of chasers on it. Got some lower clouds now, too, back there. See that? Huh. There's a lot of vorticity right here. This storm's gotten a lot stronger here. Here's some outflow winds. We might want to move in just a second, actually. Yeah. We'll go ahead and move. This storm is starting to rotate now, too. Someone behind me watching the storm, too. I don't even know who they are. Huh.
They're taking pictures.
Yeah, they must be chasers of some kind. Oh, there's a lot of mud right there.
That's what you...
I know, that's what I was on. I need to figure out my road situation here. Probably go due south.
Do you need any help?
What?
Do you need any help?
Okay. We don't have good ones. Could go east in the Fort Scott and then south. That's probably what I should do. There's a lot of cars on these highways. It's pretty busy. We're about to get smacked by this storm if we don't move now. I don't know how much hail's in it, but big time lightning there. I really want to get my camera more zoomed out, but like the focus is just not working on what
It's so weird.
I know. Sometimes we'll do weird things like that, so I guess we'll just have to keep it zoomed in. The zoom in focus doesn't usually the one that doesn't work. Oh my gosh. Is that smoke over there? See on the horizon, there's smoke from like one of those lightning bolts. Yeah, so don't get out of the. We're not going to get.
Yeah, we're not going to get out of the car.
Not a great idea, right?
Well,
Another dry. These are dry lightning bolts. They're hitting. These lightning bolts are hitting out ahead of the storm where there's no precipitation. I'd be hard pressed to think it would start a fire with how moist the ground is. So, but you never know, I guess. We're gonna head into Fort Scott. This core is gonna go right into Fort Scott. Another big time lightning bolt. That's a gusty wind there, maybe 40, 45 miles an hour. Alright, this thing is really starting to get going, guys. The storm is starting to get going. Tornado potential is very low right now, but as far as just a strong supercell, it's really starting to get going here. In the Fort Scott, and we're going to get back out ahead of this storm here in just a minute, and then we'll be able to get a view of it. So these storms are starting to pick up their speed a little bit. There's definitely rotation back in there, but I really think if this other storm to our southwest was not existing, I really think this storm would try to produce a tornado. But since the other storm exists, I just think there's too much competition for this. These storms are competing. You don't want the storms to compete with each other if they're going to produce something. We would like them to be, more isolated. So just a little bit too much storm competition here. My goodness, that one was pretty close.
No.
Alright, we just got to get out ahead of this thing in Fort Scott. Just give me a few minutes, guys. Just give me a few minutes to get out ahead of this thing, and then we'll be cooking here. Oh, wow. That's really developed right there, hasn't it? Okay. You want to take the phone and put it out the window? Just,
can I unplug it?
If you want, yeah, it's fine. Hopefully we should keep connection this time. There's a lot of trees here, so it'll be hard to see. But this supercell is really getting big now. And there's downtown Fort Scott over there. Wow, right over downtown Fort Scott. There's a lot of inflow coming into it now. See if that other zoom works or not. I'm just curious. No, it's blurry.
Yeah, it's blurry.
Yeah, it's so weird. Okay, I guess it is what it is, but that's so odd. Sometimes it does this with like this zoom right here.
It gets blurry?
Man, this storm ramped up really fast, didn't it? You see how fast that is?
Yeah.
That just ramped up. Yeah. I mean, there's not a ton of rotation on it right now, but we got to fight these trees here for a minute. Let me find a good view for us. That's what I'm working on here. Finding us a good view of this thing. And going through Fort Scott, Kansas, everybody. Fort Scott, Kansas, and I appreciate everybody for tuning in here. Like I said, there was some really cool looking tornado that just happened in like the Texas, Oklahoma, New Mexico border intersection. And apparently there's like two or three chasers. There's like a bunch of chasers not on the storm. So that's an interesting one. Trees! Welcome to Southeast Kansas. There's more trees than you'd expect. There's more trees out here than you expect, but here we should get it. So once we get out of Fort Scott, we should have better views of this thing. Man, that's a crazy looking wall cloud right there. My goodness. There's a lot of vorticity. There's not a lot of wind shear to really spin these things up, but there is a lot of vorticity here. And I do wonder if it's going to end up being that southern storm. We just had too many updrafts go up. If this was one singular updraft, we might have a better shot for a tornado or something. That's a nice, it's a nice little storm right there. It looks pretty cool. Which is what we were kind of going for. That's what we were kind of expecting, is a cool looking storm. Just trying to rotate. It just needs to kind of consolidate all together, and then we'll try to rotate that. So it needs to consolidate. Once we get south of town, we'll have a more clean view without trees and buildings and whatnot and all that stuff. There you go, nice storm. It's got rotation on it. Big time lightning. Fort Scott, there's big, if you're in Fort Scott, there's big hail coming. I don't know if it's big hail, but you have a lot of, it's warned for tennis ball size hail now. We got tennis ball size hail warned on this storm. So if you're in Fort Scott, it's coming. Fort Scott, it's coming. It's coming for you. Tennis ball size hail. It's radar indicated, so it's not confirmed tennis ball size hail, but that's what it's warned for. Let's see if we can get a view of this thing. We'll have to drive south again. We'll have to. The problem with today is we're going to be doing a lot of moving. We're going to be getting chased by the storms. The storms aren't going to be. We're not going to be chasing the storms. You just have to see. Okay. Well, I think we lost some of our good rotation here on this thing. It's looking more like a wind bag. But I was just going to sit in this parking lot and watch it. It is rotating right there. See it?
Yeah.
See how it's going from right to left? There's a little bit of rotation back in. Oh, my other angle's working now. There we go. But this storm needs to kind of like consolidate together. It's too like messy. See that? It's too messy. It needs to kind of consolidate together. There's too much going on. It doesn't have one area of like consolidated rotation. See, it's just, there's a lot going on there. Didn't a second ago, I didn't get a good look at it, but didn't it try to kind of like have a wall cloud, like kind of that flat cloud thing? I couldn't see it because I was trying to drive, but it looked like it really has. Since we were last stopped, it's definitely gotten its act together. It's it's very high based, and you can tell there's just a ton of hail back in there, so. See if it tries to spin. We'll have to see if it tries to spin something up in the next hour or two. I think that's when it might have the best shot.
It moves so quickly.
What?
It moves so
Yeah, it's
quickly.
moving quick. The hail core's over here on the right side of the storm. Yeah, this is a storm that we want to be on now out of all of them. Keep in mind there's a box right here, so that's why I try to.
Oh, I didn't.
No, you're good.
My bad.
It's rotating a little bit. There's some light rotation in there, but really not anything that's like imminent tornado to me. Look at how much vorticity. See all those blue lines? That's vorticity. I'll show you guys this. Alright, so those blue lines right there on our storm, that's vorticity. Look at how much vorticity this thing has. It's got a lot of vorticity, so like that's the chance it has to spin something up. But I don't think this is the kind of storm that will take advantage of that. I think it needs to be more. It might all be trying to turn into like one big thing. It's trying to turn into just one big line.
If it does, that would be good.
No, I'd rather have it be kind of isolated, but it'll be a really strong line of storm. So there's the hail potential might go down just a little bit. Yeah, it says radar indicated 2.5 inch hail. Oh, there's. No, I thought that was it.
I thought it was too for a second.
It kind of looked like it. But no, we're just gonna have to get out ahead of this thing again. And alrighty, let me figure this out here. Just kind of diving south, so I think we're just gonna get further. Our roads are gonna be interesting here, but there's gonna be a lot more trees than I'd hoped for.
I don't know how you move this thing.
Let's get in better position here before we get run over by the tennis balls. I don't know if this thing actually has tennis ball size hail in it. I mean, but that's what they warned it for. So I'm gonna take the caution. I'm gonna heed the warning. What? We'll keep going a little bit south here. Eventually we're gonna have to get east, and I wonder if it's gonna be the updraft to our south eventually in the next half hour that ends up taking shape as the tail end Charlie supercell. Turbulent skies, very turbulent skies, very strong storm here. Very strong storm. I kind of almost wanted to get into Fort Scott and intercept the hail, but the problem with that is it's going to be tough to get out ahead of the storm if we do that. Yeah, it's really lost its wall cloud now. It did have that low wall cloud for a second there, but it lost its wall cloud there for a minute. It had lost that wall cloud on there, but it did look very intense a minute ago. It still is probably dropping some big hail. Yeah, look at how much just rain and hail is back there. It looks like mostly a hailer right now. Yeah, I think it'll be that storm to the south that probably takes shape and gets going. out ahead of these things. I'm trying to get out ahead of these storms and see what they do again. But we did have a nice supercell there for a minute. Oh my goodness. That guy's flying. Whoa, we have a lot of rotation. Oh, well, that might be contaminated. That's probably contamination. I don't think that's actually rotation. But I was going to say we had a lot of, it looks like a lot of rotation developing right there, but I do think it's contamination.
What's the difference?
Contamination is like from the radar. It's like this weird thing the radar does where it will look like it's like a couplet, and it won't be. Okay, yeah, clearly though, this one to the south is going to get its act together and start. Probably the thing falling down. It's not good when we get on the dirt roads. I might have to do a tape. Well, the problem is we can't tape it up if the car is wet. So
that's not gonna work. Is that it?
this is the road. Yeah, this is contamination that's in the front of the storm. The actual rotation's on the back. I'm just gonna get off. I'm just going to get a few more miles south and we'll get off on the road. The problem is there's so many rivers around here. The road network's not great. Creeks and rivers and bad service and just all the above. But here we're getting out ahead of this thing. It's got some big hail on it. What's it looking like over there?
You want me to put the camera on it?
Yeah. Go ahead.
What was that Jeep? Was that?
Yeah, it's just a big hailer right now. It's about what I expect it to look like. It's a big hailer. Man, that hail looks like it got big. The hail looks like it got big. Just looking at radar, it's definitely looks like it's gonna get big. Just to the storm now. Look at that. It's a nice looking storm. Okay. I want to get a little bit further south, just looking at it like that.
I got it to zoom out a little.
No, it looks fine now. The zoom out works fine now. It just didn't work a minute ago, is what I was saying. So slow.
I know, like they both are.
They're in both lanes, driving very, very slow.
Doesn't leave you any room to go anywhere.
No, it doesn't give me room to pass either one of them. Yeah, the storm's definitely picked up quite a bit, so it's gonna start moving too. Gosh, I don't have any roads to like get a view. There's so many trees here. My service isn't great either. Where it says MPS down there, NBS.
Yeah.
Or yeah, if it goes below 2 or turns yellow, that means you have bad service. But if it's white, like it is, or gray, and it's above a 2, then that means you have good service.
Okay.
So right now we've had good service mostly the whole chase so far. So
that's good.
Yeah. This is eventually into the area and at some point. It looks like right now it's going to go just to the east of Look at all these trees that you guys get to look at. Oh, there's a storm right above the trees. Okay. The good thing is with these high bases, that you can see them above the trees. That's the one good thing about it. The high storm bases, you can get a view above the trees. All right, yeah, this thing I think is really going to take shape here. So it's going to look nasty, and it's going to try to rotate. See if it actually does.
It looks pretty.
It looks pretty cool. Yeah. Some nice colors on it. Some of that turquoise, which is your indication of, man, the forests are so, it should get a lot better as we get south towards Pittsburgh. I mean, but there's so many forests down here. Actually, as we get down towards Arma down here, it should get better, guys. And then I'm gonna find a spot where I can just view it. Do that right up here. Actually. All right, I'm gonna go 1 more mile to the south, okay, and then I'm gonna turn, and we're gonna get on the road. Keeping service, right? Yeah. Pretty good service out here. Much better than. This is the same highway I took to drive up here, and I didn't lose service ever. So I'm anticipating you can put it back. Okay, just make sure the power button doesn't get hit. So you got to do it there. There you go. That was good. There you go.
The power button from when you went snow chasing.
Oh my gosh, that's a good looking storm. It just needs to, it needs to get a little bit more moisture, and it will look really, really crazy. We got to get through this forest here, and then we'll get into a position.
Fingerprints on your window. It's my bad.
Jeez.
My bad.
This is a straight forest right here, so I got to get through this forest and then get a view of it. My goodness. Lots of trees. These rivers, man, these rivers, they come with dense forest all the time. We're by a river, and that's how it goes. The storm had been warned for tennis ball sized hail. I don't know. It has to at least be warned for like, whoa, what animal is that? Turkey again, another one. Has to at least still be warned for like limes, but earlier it was tennis ball warned. Oh my gosh, that hail looks big in there. I bet, what's it warned for? It's 2 inches. I bet it could be bigger, but I bet there's a lot of it in there. So I'm just trying to get out in position so I can effectively chase this storm. And we might kind of go back to that highway at some point. Here's my road over here.
There's more birds.
There's a lot of birds out here. All right, look at this. Finally a break in some of these trees. I can actually get a proper. I know, the turkey vulture is just chilling in the middle of the road here. Come on, guys. Get out of here. Oh, they're fighting. Get out of here, guys. Come on.
They're right back to where they were. That was crazy.
Yeah, it's a high-based hailer for now. That cape and vorticity isn't quite doing the work for tornadoes right now. It's trying to rotate. It really is trying to rotate now, but it just is not consolidated. There we go. That's a good look at it. See that cloud that kind of goes lower? Mm-hmm. That's all rotating up above. It's rotating up above.
Up above it, I see.
It's rotating up above. It's it's rotating right here up above, but this part on the bottom is not connected to the base of the storm as well. So no, there's decent rotation actually on there. So if you could get enough rotation for that bottom part to kind of like connect with it, then it could do something interesting. It could do something interesting, but right now it's just not the case. You see broad rotation. See these reds and these greens right here?
On the bottom screen?
Yes, that's the green is that inflow. See these reds and these greens that are kind of close to each other? That gives us an indication that this thing is rotating. See how we're kind of losing that like wall cloud? No way, it just like got all messed up. I know. It'll come back. See how it's like disconnected? That cloud is like disconnected. It can't like consolidate. If we could get something to really consolidate, it could really start to wrap up. And it might be trying to again. But that's what we're gonna need. Wonder how big that hail is in there, in that core. It's got to be a good size. Okay, now we got a supercell starting to come together. Look at that. It's a good strike of lightning right there. Still pretty disorganized in the low levels. Rain now. It's getting a little bit wrapped up in rain. The winds have picked up. Look at those inflow winds now picking up. Earlier when the storm formed, we didn't have any inflow at all. No winds. Yeah, it's getting wrapped up in rain now. It doesn't doesn't look as cool anymore. Where's all the lightning at that we just hit? It's on there somewhere. This thing is now starting to dive due south. Starting to dive due south. We might be in a better spot if we get back onto our road. So rain wrapped, oh my goodness, look at that. It's all back there in the rain. So I think we need to reposition now. I think we just need to reposition, and I think we just gotta wait and see if it, because this is kind of what I expected to happen. It would look good for a while, and then it would kind of get all wrapped up in rain. It'll look good, and it'll get wrapped up in rain, and then, you know, it'll look good again, I'm sure, in like 20 minutes or something. It's one of those storms that's just kind of back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But
sorry,
hopefully my skid plate is not falling down. Hopefully it's still taped on there, because that would not be cool. It's almost like we have a new cell trying to like become dominant right in front of us now. It almost seems like, okay, we're about to go into the forest again, guys, to get back onto this main road. A lot of twigs on the ground. Here comes the rain. We'll get a little bit of rain here. We just want to try to stay out of the tennis balls. I'm going to head down towards Orma. So just north of Pitt. Eventually these are coming right into Pittsburgh, so it's a little bit of a bigger population area. That was a big strike right there. That was a big time strike. Yeah, it was. I need my tinfoil hat. Oh my gosh, look at these hills in this forest right here. This is, yeah, welcome to Kansas. We still got this big rain, shaft now here still. Oh, but man, our storm it was looking so good there for like 10 minutes. It started looking really good again, and then it just kind of did that thing. Look at that rain. See the rain back in the distance? You can literally see where it's raining and where it's not raining. Cool. All right, guys. I had to close out of the app and then come back in, and it didn't do anything. I know. It can be very finicky sometimes. Wow. right there, north of, this is going to be coming into the Pittsburgh area. This storm will slide probably a little bit east of Pittsburgh, but see, now we got more storms developing to the southwest, so it just, yeah, there's just never-ending amount of storms that are just constantly developing. A little bit too much precipitation and rain messing with the storms. And they don't like, the storms don't like that. They don't like there to be too much clustering because it can take away from it. Guys, our storm is kind of falling apart again off based on radar, so we're just gonna have to get south of it. But in the next hour or so, these are headed into the Pittsburgh area, and then eventually in the next 2 to 3 hours, the Joplin metro area. So start to get into the Joplin area, and I don't know how well they're gonna hold together. Models were a little inconsistent on how well these could hold together all the way down into the Joplin area, but they could hold. We'll have to watch it. We'll have to watch it. See if they hold together or not. So headed down a little bit. Got to reposition here for about 10 minutes. We should be getting close to where we want to be, but we got to reposition just a little bit here so we can get back into the storm path. And these are starting to move a little bit quicker now. They're not moving exceptionally quick or anything, but they're moving just a little bit quicker now. Headed down into Arma. I have a route into my phone, and it's going to take me about 5 more minutes to get to a spot where I have no trees and we can get a nice. I want to get out ahead of it because it's not doing anything too cool right now. And there's a lot of like local people out trying to spot these. I'm kind of surprised there's not even that big of a tornado threat or anything. I'm kind of surprised there's like locals out here trying to really spot these things. Probably also a little bit outflow dominant. The storm is overall, so it's part of it. But there's a new cell developing over towards a Hepler, Kansas. I think this thing is starting to try to develop some rotation again, so we'll get out towards Arma here. I'm gonna go through this little town quick, guys, and give me about 4 or 5 minutes, and we'll be in position. Hopefully it starts to get a structure back here in the next few minutes. But this little town of Arma is going to get hit with some hail here in a minute. I believe. They're right in the path. Yeah. Arma, Franklin, Frontenac. Y'all got to watch out. This storm is moving almost due south now. just buffer. Yeah, it's starting to get a
Those big old birds.
Guys, we're buffering just a little bit here. The connection's not going to be too bad today. It's nothing like yesterday. We don't have all these hills. We do have the trees today, but not the hills. Unless we end up chasing this all the way south of Joplin. We'll get the hills and stuff south of 44, but it's not too bad. It's not too bad. But I'm going to turn to the right. I'm going to turn to the, I'm going to go a little bit west here in about a mile. And then once I turn west, we should be able to get a better view. So just bear with me here. Just bear with me. And I think this storm is trying to get some of its structure back. It's trying to get its structure back. It's definitely getting interfered with from other storms, but trying to get some of its structure back here, and we'll see what it does. Tired. Just kidding. Here we are. That one's going. Just trying to get its structure back, so I guess we'll see if it is or not. Man, it's got that like turquoise color. Really choppy just right here. It's not looking too hot now, is it? It's not looking too hot anymore. Spot we were just at. Why is this road so busy? I love how it says. I love how it says "do not pass," and they're just passing.
And then
they're just all passing each other. That's funny.
No passing zone. There's a car.
Where?
Oh, it's further. Okay.
Oh.
Sorry, I thought.
No,
it
you're
looks
good.
Closer than.
No, you're good.
I actually saw.
Could have went.
It looks like
No, I know.
closer.
That's okay.
Sorry. Just saw the headlights and so.
Let's see what this guy's doing here. This storm. Yeah, it's just very disorganized. We lost all of our organization. I don't know what the heck happened, but maybe we'll get it back. I'm gonna get a spot to view this thing. Let's spot here. Look at this. Hopefully no one has to go up this little driveway. These are our storms. They're not in very good shape right now. They look a lot meaner on the radar than what they do in person. I don't know what happened. I wonder if the storms, like I said, I wonder if the storms to the right and left of this one, so to the east and west, I wonder if those storms are just affecting it too much. Oh, I don't know. We had a nice supercell too and everything. We had a great looking supercell. We might just have to go hail mode. It didn't seem like it was that big. It had a hail spike on it too. Had a big old hail spike on it. hail spike is a little. The radar. I'll show you guys what the radar was looking like when this thing had its biggest hail on it. It had a spike. So you can see as it was north of Fort Scott. See that little line right here? This right here. See that little line sticking out of the storm? That's called a hail spike. And whenever the radar is picking up a lot of hail, it will do that little spike animation. And you can see our storm is just moving south here. They're kind of all congealing together in a line now. So the hail threat might not be as big. So we might just, if it doesn't look too impressive to stay out in front of it, we might just go intercept it. Might just go intercept the core. We may go intercept the core here. Let it get a little bit closer to us. And it's trying to pull some scud back into it. We've really lost all of our structure that we did have earlier. So these storms weren't expected to be long-lived. They weren't expected to be long-lived, so we'll have to see how long they do live. PDS severe thunderstorm watch for the Texas Panhandle and parts of western Oklahoma. That's going to be a pretty wild line of storms that comes through. I wasn't really, well, it is tornado warned south of Amarillo, so let's, right now it doesn't really look like a tornado producer to me. Okay, our storm's trying to get together. It's trying to get its act together again. It has a little bit of rotation right there in the middle of the screen. It's trying to briefly rotate, and you'll see it try to pull in. And what you're going to see is it'll try to pull in inflow again here on the right side. It'll try to drop its base again, and I don't know if it ever fully will, but it'll make attempts at it. But right now, we're just very disorganized compared to what we had earlier on this thing. Earlier we had some crazy structure on it. But earlier we had some nice structure on it. I don't know what happened to it, so. But we get to sit here and watch it, and it's trying to pull up some scud again, like I said. You can see right behind that tree, it's trying to pull in some more scud now. Right there. Trying to pull in just a little bit more scud. I don't know where. We had some nice lightning bolts, too. Had some real nice lightning bolts. I don't know what happened to all the lightning. To make it interesting, we might have to... We might have to drive into it at some point. See, it's trying to develop some scud right behind that tree.
Mm-hmm.
This thing would look really cool if it could drop its base. Why are you so tired?
I don't know. Got up early.
Oh, there you go. Storm in the Texas Panhandle is the one to watch right now. Down by, the storm down by Amarillo, southeast of Amarillo, going through the canyons there. These are coming down towards Pittsburgh soon in the next hour. These storms are coming right down towards Pittsburgh. Where's Elaine? I don't know. Elaine hasn't been here in a few days. I don't know what's up with Elaine. She has not been in the chat. What's up, Zeke? How's it going? It was a very beautiful storm, but it has kind of lost its. Wichita has loads of tornadoes every now and again, but recently it hasn't been as active over in that area. Yeah, this storm is not doing much right now, but we'll give it time. Bartlesville had a very close call last year with that Barnesdale tornado, that EF4 that hit Barnesdale. I mean, that was not far away from hitting Bartlesville as well. And I think that they're very, very fortunate. I think that Barnesdale is very fortunate. I mean, sorry, Bartlesville is fortunate. Barnesville is not, or Barnesdale was not as fortunate. Bartlesville and Barnesdale, it's sound the same, so it's a little bit difficult to. It's a little bit difficult to say those towns. You're from England, Neil? Appreciate you coming in here. We're over 200 likes now, almost at 250. So let's keep that like button going. Let's keep that like count up.
Where's that?
Texas. I'm looking at some of these storms over here. Just curious. Yeah, this storm has absolutely lost its identity. It doesn't know what to do anymore. It's lost its identity. Guys, this thing, I'm just gonna go drive in the core. I just want to go drive in the core. Oh. Why is this road so busy right here?
I was wondering that.
It's so busy. We're in the middle of nowhere. This road is extremely busy for the type of town we're in. Yeah, I don't really know what to do, y'all. I mean, this storm is just not doing it right now. It does not look good anymore. It lost its whole identity, and so I'm just gonna go drive into it for fun, because I don't see anything else that's fun. I don't see it. It's not fun to just sit there and watch it. It doesn't even have lightning anymore. I don't know what happened. It doesn't even have lightning anymore. No idea what happened to it. I'll probably go drive into it, and then it'll probably start looking cool ahead of it. That's probably what's going to happen. That's how it usually goes. Maybe it'll start getting some structure back on it. But I think we should just drive through it and just see what the hail core is like. Probably not as big as that. The hail core definitely, as you can see, the storm has definitely weakened, so the hail core is probably weakened as well. I think the main reason why our storm has really took a downturn is because I think it just had too many storms clustering up against it, and it was never able to really establish itself. And it would try to establish itself, and then just didn't have time. There's just too many storms competing with each other, so it just never had time to establish itself. And we'll see it. I mean, we still have time left in the day. I mean, we have 4.5, 5 hours of sunlight. I don't know if we're going to quite chase until the sun goes down, but hope the speed limit's only not 55.
Yeah, seriously, but I mean,
It might go down. It actually might go down over here. I think it was 65.
yeah, it changes to 55.
We got some pretty clouds here. They're just not too appealing from a storm chasing perspective right now. They're not appealing like they were 20 minutes ago when we had a wall cloud several times. Several times we had a wall cloud. These storms are all trying to compete with each other, and that's never a good sign. So I don't know how much longer this chase is even going to go. If it looks like, if the storm looks like this, if we go another hour and the storm still looks chasing. Windy now. That wind has picked up quite a bit. Alright guys, we're going to go check out the hail core here. It should be right over this road is the worst hail. And as long as it's not over ping pongs, I shouldn't do too much to the car. It does not look like it's warned for ping pongs, but I don't think it's over. Okay, now it's warned for quarters, so they took it down a notch, which makes sense. See if the core is anything interesting here, the hail core. I'm curious. Maybe I could finish my windshield off today. That'd be fun. Probably not. You never know. Maybe the hail is going to get bigger right on top of us. bunch of cells just formed out in front of it too. So I don't know what's going on there. We're word for quarter-sized hail, so maybe we'll get some 1-inch hail in here. It'll sound pretty loud, probably. Not even hail in here. What the heck? What happened to the hail? Where's it at? It's supposed to be here. There it is.
Yeah, it's upstairs.
One piece. We had one piece of hail in the car. A few hailstones without a ton. We'll probably get into some more up here. Pretty underwhelming hail core, underwhelming storm. This is not, this storm is not doing as hot as it was earlier. It's like shifting to the south now, there's a new core developing. So I'm gonna get a little bit south here. Yeah, I had a really nice hail core up here, see, look at this.
That Jeep just there.
Yeah, look at this. I had a nice little core then.
And it just left.
It just totally fell. I go to intercept the hail and it falls apart. No! That's not good. There's so much traffic, it can't even turn. In the rain like this, at least. That guy has to get the. That guy should have his lights on. Come on, guys. Don't drive without your headlights like this. This road has a lot of traffic today.
I'm getting a car wash.
I know, I'm getting a car wash here. Now I don't have to go pay for like one for like $10. Yeah. Well, our baseball-sized hail is no longer existing. I think we can confirm that our baseball-sized hail does not exist anymore in this storm. So now we're just PDS car wash mode. PDS car wash. phone, you can see. Yeah, anytime you drive on the road with this much precipitation, you can always see so much better through the phone screen that's recording. Yeah, that whole thing just fell apart. It might be over. It might be over here. We'll see. We might be able to. The storms might look cool from the backside, honestly, because of the type of cold front we have. There's no. This type of cold front doesn't have any clouds behind it, so we might get a clear view of the storms that way. Our storms have just lost themselves right now. We're getting into some of the clear air now. There's some storms that fired up ahead of the main line. I have no idea what's going on. I have no idea what's going on right now. Some storms fired up ahead of the main line. And then we're in those storms right now. And we're going to see if those storms develop down by Pittsburgh, but I don't have much confidence. About to just go home. With how these storms are, at least the good thing is I'm only an hour from home. So I didn't have to drive far for this. I wouldn't drive far for a setup like this. A setup like this, I drive a maximum of 2 to 3 hours for, and I drove probably about an hour and 30 minutes to the north. So I wasn't too bad at all. So here's the thing, the Texas Panhandle, I thought about going out to the Texas Panhandle, but like I just said, I'm just mentally burnt out. I did not want to drive 6 hours away to chase. Did not want to drive 6 hours away to chase. There's a little bit of hydroplane action right there. That's the most exciting thing that's happened. That or probably when the storm was coming into Fort Scott, it looked pretty cool. So when it was coming into Fort Scott, it actually looked like a legit supercell. So I don't know what happened to it, but yeah, I was a little burnt out, and I don't think that the tornado risk down there is definitely higher than it is here. It's just not that much. I just don't think the tornado risk is that good. So I was like, why would I drive 6 hours for a risk that I don't even think is that good when I could just drive an hour for a risk that's also not that great, but it's not, it's not that much worse. So that was kind of my thinking today. That's why I didn't target them. I'm sure the moderate risk would have been better for a stream, or would have been a more exciting stream, but now the hail, I wanted to go intercept the hail core, and now the hail core isn't even that big. So we'll see if these storms can hold themselves together here. We'll see. Okay, it looks like there's a little bit of a hail core now developing right over the road here over Arma. So we might get into a little bit here. There's a new storm developing towards Franklin, Girard, just to the north of Pittsburgh and Frontenac, so I'm going to want to watch this one and just see what it does here in the next 30 minutes. But if that storm can't really get going, our other storm kind of died. service gets spotty in this little town. Little pea-sized hailstones starting to fall out. The hail always sounds larger than it is, so it'll sound very loud, but it'll only be like, you know, half-inch, quarter-inch size stones. But if you ever get into the really big ones, the tennis balls, I mean, it sounds pretty crazy. But we got some nice little pea-sized hailstones here hitting the windows now. Look at that rain shaft right in front of us. See it right there? Look at that rain shaft and a developing storm right in front of us. Developing storm right in front up there. This is always my turn whenever I get. Wait, what's up here? I get it mixed up. Got a few random stones falling. Earlier, just to the northwest of Fort Scott, there's ping pong to lime sized hail. I don't ever know if the tennis ball size hail ever really verified, but we did have at least ping pongs, I think, reported. There was probably a couple lime sized stones in there, I'm assuming. Oh, here we go. We got some peas. Falling. The biggest hail I've ever been in is probably tennis balls. Huh? Tennis balls. Yeah, what broke my windshield about a month ago. Well, no, about like 3 weeks ago was a tennis ball size hail. Usually that's what it would take, though. It depends on how hard the hail is and how fast you're driving, but usually it takes 2 inches to break a windshield. But if you're driving 80 miles an hour, maybe a golf ball could do it. But I'm just driving south or just kind of driving through the core because that's the only exciting thing with these storms. And pretty soon I might call it a day. We'll see. I just want to see what the storms do, but there's a decent chance I just call it a day. But if you're new to the stream, I appreciate it. Make sure to like the stream and subscribe to the channel. It means a lot to me. Appreciate all you guys tuning in here. There's a chance I go find a place to storm chase tomorrow, but I'd say, I don't know. We'll have to see. There's certainly a chance. Man, these storms, they look great off the bat. Like right when they'd fired, they just looked great. And then they kind of took a turn for the worst after about an hour after firing. So that leads me to the conclusion of, well, there's too many storms. That's what I conclude. There's just too many storms. Just too many storms. And like I said, storms don't like that when they all get clustered together. They don't really like it that much, and they don't do much once they get all clustered up like that. So it makes sense. So at this point, these storms are probably going to be very low grade, severe, maybe, but mostly just strong. Probably half-inch hail. Maybe a few more quarters, later on this evening as they move south. And I think that they won't be too bad going into Joplin later. Storm in the Texas Panhandle looks pretty good right now. I'm secretly hoping it doesn't do anything. Pretty heavy storm right here. Pretty heavy storm right here. hydroplane. Definitely getting some heavy rain here. Wow, lots of wind now too. These roads are not doing too hot. We might get some more hail and we might get on some more hail in just a second. Might get some more hail here in just a minute. Getting a few P's here. I'd love to see some quarters are bigger. That'd be exciting. That was a bigger stone right there. Maybe a quarter. That guy behind us doesn't even have lights on. You see that? That's so dangerous. That's so dangerous, dude. And we got 1/4, I think. What if we randomly just had like the 2-inch? That'd be so crazy. I'd be shocked. No, this if it hit in the right spot. If it hit like it would have to hit in the right spot. If it hit like over here, it just makes more sense. If it hit like in the middle of it, then it would probably break.
What's that guy doing?
He's burning. Yeah. What happened to our hail? It's gone now. I don't hear any.
Like, I think I see like a couple times.
Yeah, there's a couple more. There's a new supercell trying to form just southwest of Pittsburgh. I don't know if it's actually going to happen or not. But if it does, we'll be in position to be on it. I always drive this route home.
Really?
You know, when I'm coming, and it's always at nighttime, and it's always scary because there's so many deer.
Deer?
There's so many deer out here.
Yeah, that is scary.
A lot. Especially in like the fall time. Or the winter, when they come out a lot. I've seen a lot of turtles out lately. It's definitely turtle season. Definitely turtle season. I haven't seen any snakes this year across the road. I've seen the other day I saw 3 coyotes in one day, not at the same time, like individually. we're stuck in this rain. Everything kind of formed on top of us. Before we only had one storm, and now it's all kind of forming on top of us. Guys, I'm exhausted. I don't know if you can tell in my voice or not, but I am just beat. It's been such a long... I haven't had a lot of chasing success either, so it's a part of it. But that'll come with time. I've gotten a little bit unlucky a couple times, and then sometimes, you just make a poor decision chasing. And storm chasing is a combination of luck and skill. And this week I haven't been lucky, but I also have not been skillful. So it's a little bit of both. The big thing about storm chasing is you got to put yourself in positions to get lucky. That's what you got to do. Put yourself in a position to get lucky. The best way to do that is just chase. Service is not good here, but I still have a connected stream. So. It's only 4:45. It's not even 5 o'clock yet. Man, it's so dark out here. It's so dark. We're heading into another. I don't know if this Supercell is ever going to get going. I'm not sure. I'd have to say no. I don't really feel like it. Oh boy. Man, we're just in a continuous downpour here to the can't get any internet here. I don't know why it's so bad. I'll just make sure my bag wasn't on top of the booster thing. There's some hail right here in this little cell. We're now getting here. Trying to get out of this rain, guys. We're just trying to get out of the rain, but it's all formed on top of us. These storms just continually formed right over us. Wow. go so well, the storm chase.
It's okay.
We've had bad luck.
I know.
We also haven't really chased any good setups.
I know. I was trying.
Well, you chased one with a tornado watch, and nothing really happened. So.
This one was the coolest one.
Was it the coolest? For like the 15 minutes it was cool. Yeah, it wasn't cool for very long. The pocket on the other side. Sorry I couldn't get you guys anything too good today. I mean, honestly, for how our storms did, I think we made the most of it. I feel like we chased the storms as well as we could. We got some good views of it going through Fort Scott. We got some good views of it going through Fort Scott, and it allegedly was all right. Not well. I didn't have baseball size hail, but it was warned for baseballs. I believe there was maybe 1.5, 2 inch hail in there. And there's a chance, guys, I try to take a little risky trip to the to Dixie Alley tomorrow, but I feel like the odds aren't very high. Like the models tonight would have to really look good. But there could be another one of those MCV setups, kind of the same kind of setup we chased yesterday. It could happen again. Not tight.
What's happened up here? I wonder.
I don't know what happened up there. Maybe someone. Oh no. I think they're choosing to be stopped.
That's what I was like.
I don't think they went off the road. I think they're choosing to be stopped.
They got their blinkers on.
Yeah, they got their blinkers on. I think they're just waiting out this. Like, this rain isn't that heavy to, like, sit there with your hazards on, you know? I mean, like, it's definitely heavy. Maybe it was heavier here a few minutes ago. Probably was.
There's another one.
Let's see, I gotta make sure I don't hydroplane into anybody. Today is unfolding exactly kind of how the models had happening. Kind of exactly how the models had. Storms would fire up, they'd be strong for 2 or 3 hours, and then they'd kind of lose everything. So, definitely, the HRRR model had this one kind of correct because it did have stuff firing up, and then things kind of lost their. Oh, welcome to Missouri. Here we are in Missouri now. Welcome to Missouri, the show me state. Yeah, models kind of had stuff, you know, firing, and then they'd. You know, and then it would kind of fizzle stuff out after a while, and it looks like that's what's happening, so. I think here in a minute I'm going to stop somewhere and we're going to call it a chase. Because to be honest with you guys, there's not much interest. I'm going to make sure this storm to my west isn't doing anything interesting, but unless that one somehow magically really shrank this year. It's starting to rotate a little bit, but I just think these storms run out of, they've just run out of, like, they're like, I don't know. They're just kind of not too great. So they're not really even severe storms anymore. They're just stronger storms. So here at some point in the next 10 minutes, 15 minutes, I'm probably going to go ahead and call it a day. Not really a long stream, but we did see some cool stuff for just a little bit. Did see some cool stuff there for a little bit. We can watch these drivers up here in the traffic go very slow and navigate the rain as well as, and like just like we are. Man, these fields are getting flooded. We've had so much rain here lately. So much rain. Flooding is not hard to come by right now. I wonder if the pattern's going to calm down a little bit though here as we. I haven't really looked at the long range pattern, guys. I just know it's going to get active real soon. It's going to get active again real soon. Here's the Mocan Speedway. Mocan Speedway. Got some small hail falling right now too. Got some peas. Man, these people do not want to drive in this weather. Huh? No, they're all like pulled off. I don't blame them. Guys, the northern plains are about to get really active. The Dakotas, Montana, Wyoming, Canada, Saskatchewan, even Alberta. We're going to be chasing in Canada this summer. I don't know at what point, but we're going to be chasing in Canada. I'm ready, guys. I'm ready to just leave home and I got a tent. I'm going to like just pitch a tent, sleep in my car. I'm going to be doing it for very cheap. I'm just ready to leave home and just storm chase. I just see what happens. We're going to be live streaming. We're just going to see what happens with these setups. But it's going to be active here in the next couple of weeks. It'll get very active for the Northern Plains. Classic Northern Plains activity. But there's a lot of chasing coming up here. So, here we go. Now we're getting a little bit. Now we're getting some like quarters. Not quarters, but like quarter-inch to half-inch size. Oh, they just warned it for 1.25 inch. We can find out how big it is because we're right in the core. Okay, this storm's getting a little stronger now and it's trying to rotate, so I'm actually interested to see what it looks like. I don't know if it looks like anything cool or not, but they just severe warned this thing for 1.5 inches. And it's headed into Joplin, especially the east side of Joplin, maybe. Well, maybe Carl Junction, Joplin, Webb. So if it's severe thunderstorm warned, we'll keep chasing it. If it's severe thunderstorm warned, we'll keep chasing it. I'll chase it all the way home. I'll try not to dox myself. I'll try not to dox myself. You can see some low clouds up here on the front of this storm right here. Some outflow, lower clouds. These fields are flooded with water now. Over to my right. Coming into Asbury, Missouri. We're finally getting out of this convection, out of the core. This is a very sad town. I don't even know how much of a town it is anymore, but unfortunately this town doesn't have much left to it other than this one little quick stop right here. That's about it. The winds are picking up too. Remember those downdrafts that we saw at the beginning of the chase? Really like the rain, I called it a rain foot.
Yeah.
I bet the winds in those were like 60, 70 mile an hour winds. Easily. Oh yeah, definitely, for sure. I always make this drive usually late at nighttime when I'm on my way back from chasing in Kansas. storm is definitely starting to strengthen a little bit here, so I think we're going to want to take another look at it to get into this. Thought I saw a couple of bigger stones on the road. The storm has a tiny bit of rotation with it. It doesn't have much. Doesn't have much rotation, just a tiny bit. Now I'm getting tired. We're going to chase this thing all the way home, I think. Well, we'll be able to get a view of it soon. I'm trying to look at the base right here. They're not even worn in at all. Yeah, if I was driving off the road in the middle of the night, I think those would probably wake me up pretty well. Okay, we got some structure on our storm at least, a little bit of structure here. Yeah, we got a little bit better structure, guys. Better than it was, which isn't that's not really saying much of anything. So, but a little bit better than it was. Very slightly better. We'll take whatever we can get, even if it's not much. Yeah, this is a weird turn. This is the really weird turn right here.
Oh yeah. It's funky.
I always thought about what would happen if I whenever I'm driving right here and it's like super late at night, I almost like miss it and I almost like miss how it curves right here and I almost like drive into the ditch.
Yikes.
You see how someone could do that? They could drive right into that creek.
That would be terrible.
I've never done that.
Knock on wood.
Knock on wood, not yet. Haven't been that tired. Oh, we got wood right here.
I know.
Fake wood, plastic wood. Plastic wood.
Still knocking on it.
Yeah. Okay, we got a lot of trees here on the north. We're on the north side of Joplin, Missouri now. We're maybe getting towards Carl Junction. We're kind of towards Carl Junction. I'm just trying to get out ahead of this thing and look at it. 130,000 people are in this severe.
This?
Carthage, yeah, that's this storm. What? That storm looks like that?
No way. I mean...
What?
I mean...
It doesn't look like that. It has to be on this side. Because
Yeah,
that's
I
in
know, but
Carthage.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just saying. I have a question.
Yeah.
Why is there water on your back seat?
is south and east, huh? Yes.
Somehow the rain like got in your car.
Yes, how's that gonna happen? Apparently the storm looks cool out ahead of it. Yeah, I can see why. Yeah, it does look pretty cool there. Okay. That looks much better than earlier, I think. See, that's what we were under the whole time. I didn't even realize we were under that. We're gonna find a spot to just get in. We'll just look at things come in. Go, guys. I'm trying to get a good view of this storm. Just bear with me here. We're out ahead of it now. I think this storm is going to look a lot cooler from out ahead of it, but just trying to get a good view of it here. So I'm headed down towards Carl Junction. Or I'm in Carl Junction. I'm headed down towards the north side of Joplin here as the Supercell comes in. There we go. It does. Much better looking storm now. Look at the layers on it too. Just tornado warn it.
What?
No, I'm just kidding. Doesn't need tornado warn. Here comes the trees. Here comes the trees. Yeah, it looks a lot better once we get out ahead of it. So hopefully it doesn't. Oh, probably by the time I actually get a good view of it to actually stop, it's probably going to lose all the structure to it, which is not fun. But I shouldn't think so negatively. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Here we go. In Carl Junction. I know quite a bit of people who live in Carl Junction. It's kind of like the Carl Junction's got hit with a couple of tornadoes before. Actually, last year I saw a tornado in Carl Junction. Actually, we're about to come up on a road where I saw a tornado last year. I saw a tornado last year right at Stone's Corner, and right between Joplin and Carl Junction, about 10 minutes from home. Yeah, right by Harps.
I remember.
Yeah, that was yeah, I do remember that day.
I remember that day.
I almost ran out of gas after I saw the tornado too. It's pretty crazy.
Got stuck that day.
Got stuck too, my goodness. Yeah, this storm. I bet I could see how this storm looks pretty cool from Carthage, where that guy took that picture.
Are you gonna go to
What?
Are we going to see?
Nah, I'm not gonna drive all the way to Carthage, but I mean, because we're like 15 minutes from my house, you know. So, guys, I'm only 15 minutes from my house. We're very close to the home base here, so very close to home base. It's always nice to chase near the home base. We're gonna go watch these in the Harps parking lot. Coming in here. Actually, this is an internet dead zone right here, unless they've changed anything. Unless you have Verizon, then you have great internet right here. So.
My earring broke. Kind of stinks.
Yeah, it does kind of stink.
Yeah, the diamond ball.
get out ahead of this thing. I don't know if you guys know what Harps is. It's kind of like a regional grocery chain. Like, it's kind of regional to Arkansas. It's mostly just regional to Arkansas, eastern Oklahoma. They've now started popping up around this area, obviously. Joplin. I think there's one in like Galena or Coffeyville or somewhere like that. Maybe not Coffeyville, maybe like Galena, there's one. But I used to work here. Fun fact, I worked here for almost 2 years. I worked right here at this Harps for almost 2 years. And I saw a tornado from right across the street right here. I was at that Gambino's right across the street, and I actually watched a tornado form right over Harps. So I'm going to go right back to where I was, and we're going to watch this storm come. Oh, wow, this storm looks sick
looks
now.
Cool.
Yeah, now this storm looks pretty cool. So here we go, guys. We got a really awesome, ominous looking storm. I don't think it's as bad as it looks, but right next to the weed shop and the Gambinos and the Harps right here. Just park right up here. Wow, look at that structure. That is impressive. It really is. Oh my goodness, I want to actually backtrack here. Make sure no one's behind me. Just want to backtrack right here. Perfect. We got the power lines in the way, but I'm going to get out and take some pictures of this thing. So it's pretty cool. This is a really cool looking storm now, guys. It looks a lot nastier than it is. It's worn for ping pong size hail now, so I think we'll have to core punch this for sure.
Is that the pizza place I smell?
Yeah, it smells really good outside.
So good.
It smells very good.
We should try that somewhere. I'm wondering where my earring.
Wow, nice storm right here, guys. Wow. I think we might want to get a little bit to the east and south. Look at that turquoise right there. See that? That's insane. Look at that turquoise. We'll wait on it a few more minutes and then we'll get out into better position now. But wow, that's awesome. Look at that turquoise.
Yeah, it looks cool.
That is not a trait of a tornado type of storm, but that's a common trait of big hail. So I'm gonna get out. I'm just gonna get in a little bit better position here. I think it looks a little bit cooler if we get out in front of it, but we'll sit here for just a minute.
There's a scissor-tailed bird up there.
A what?
A scissor-tailed bird.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Look at that storm go. It's even got a little bit of rotation over here to my left. It's actually got a little bit of rotation right to my left. See that right there?
I was looking at that.
See, it's rotating a little bit?
Yeah.
I mean, that would have to be a much stronger part. I'd have to be rotating a lot stronger to try and produce a tornado, but there's a little bit of rotation on it. Just a little bit. Nothing that would make me, any type of worried, but then head south in the Joplin and we'll get out ahead of this guy. And a cop running vehicle has him get up to the CRV. That's what I call it, the cop running vehicle.
Yeah.
But no, I would never do that. That's a joke. I'd never run from a cop. I always obey law enforcement. But we got this storm. I don't know if it actually has ping pong ball size hail in it. I'm going to take a guess and say probably not. But there definitely is some hail in there, and it's headed right into Joplin. And we're going to get out ahead of it. It's not moving very fast, so I'll drive another. We're right at Stone's Corner here between Joplin and Carl Junction, which is exactly where I did see that tornado on May 2nd, 2024. Quite the tornado. Used to always go to this Casey's. I have not been there in so many years.
Really?
Yeah.
The human being.
That place used to be bumping, and now it's closed. Probably like failed the inspection or something. The state inspection they probably did not pass.
Mm-hmm.
We're on Main Street here, on the north side of Joplin, and we got a big strong storm coming in here, and no tornado threat really. I'd be very low tornado risk with this one.
Just has cool colors.
Just has cool colors. And storm chasing is called storm chasing, not tornado chasing. So it's not always a tornado. Sometimes it's just a cool looking storm, and that's what we've had multiple times today. I'd say this is probably the best things I've looked today so far.
I've been to that place. Right?
Yeah, I think so. Whoa, it's like transition now to my west. Look at that thing coming in here. Is it like moving west? I think the structures went kind of to the west now. Still got that turquoise color in there, but it's kind of falling apart just a little bit. See? It's kind of falling apart ever so slightly. God, I got a lot of thunder now. Lightning thunder picking up. I'm not in Franklin, Kansas. I don't know why it says I'm in Franklin, Kansas. Always stop by the Southern Rec Center. We need answers now. Yeah, I think by 7 you'll be good. I think these storms will kind of move through, and these storms are going to move through, and then they'll they'll be out of there. You guys can see my cracked windshield there in the top corner. Hail isn't even big. Hunter says the hail's not very big. Hunter, I don't know when you sent your message, but yeah, I would assume that the hail's not that big. It says 1.5 inches, but like I said, I kind of doubt that. I bet it's probably closer to 1 inch in there. It looks like it's honestly gotten a little bit smaller probably in the last few minutes anyway. Man, what a wicked looking storm though.
I know. It was cool though.
What's very cool. It's kind of losing its structure again now. It's been it doesn't have a lot of low level wind shear, so it's kind of struggled this. It'll and this is kind of my forecast today. I said it will pick up for a second and then it'll kind of lose itself and then it'll pick itself up again, and it's a never-ending cycle of strengthening and then weakening. This area's had a lot of rain recently, so I wonder if these storms move pretty slow, you might get a little bit of a flood risk. But it doesn't look like there's much developing behind these guys, so. Wow. Look at that color up there.
I know, it still has that color over there.
That's that color. It's a nice turquoise color. That's some interesting structure up there. I might just let it run over us right here. Let it run over us and we'll see. If it starts to look a little bit cooler, then we will adjust. That's a storm in Texas that I would have driven 6 hours for. That doesn't look very fun to chase. Still an isolated tornado risk in the DC and the Washington DC area. But it didn't look like anything too crazy panned out over there. Yeah, our storm structure. What happened to our storm structure? It's falling apart again. If you guys have been in here for a while, you guys know this is how it's gone today. The storms will really pick up for a second and then they'll fall apart. They'll pick up and then they will fall apart. I think we got 250 likes on the stream, almost to 7,700, almost to 7,700 subs here on the channel. Yeah, I might just let it run over us here. No, I might go. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't look that strong. I wonder if it's got cool structure anywhere else, or just right here. It's moving slow now. It's moving very slow.
It was really fast.
It was moving much faster just a little bit earlier. Definitely like.
Storm chaser. See?
Yeah, I see.
That's so funny.
Huh. I've never seen that guy before.
Me neither. I wonder who he is.
No, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know who that is.
He has Missouri tags, so he looks good.
He must be local. I don't know a lot of local chasers, to be honest with you. Definitely getting louder here. I'm gonna go back out ahead of them just a little bit here. Let's see. Ooh, good lightning strike over there. I just want one to hit like the power pole right here and just wanted to send like shivers down my spine. We'll head into downtown. We'll head into downtown and go from there. Maybe we'll watch it roll into downtown. If I had a drone, I could get some sick, structure shots if it was coming into downtown. Is this like that hailstorm that hit Springdale the other week?
No,
that was way worse.
That
Yeah,
was worse than anything like
that was insane. That's my old place of employment right there, Wayside Furniture. That used to be my stomping grounds right there, Wayside Furniture. The nostalgia always comes back to me because I used to drive on this road every day. Now I never really have a reason to be up here anymore on this side of town. Go. These storms are heading in here to town now. I wonder if they're going to get that structure back. I'm sure they, honestly, I'm sure they will get that structure back again.
Sounds like a little bit of nostalgia right there. Phone from like a year ago.
Yeah.
Right there.
Just your typical strong thunderstorm that we get this time of year. Moving in here. There might be some structure starting to form there on the right. See that?
Yeah, I see that.
Some more structure over there. We'll head to the south side of town. Getting in here. Well, you can hold it out the window if you want. A lot of trees right here, but is there some structure getting going? Some hail in there. They dropped it to an inch size hail, which makes sense.
Oh.
Any drops there.
See, look.
Oh yeah, it's got some structure again though, doesn't it? Wow, that's pretty wicked. We're gonna get that. Speed limit, what? 20? Really?
Bro,
No, it used to be 25 here. It used to be 25.
Like,
It used to be 25 all up and down this road, and now they've dropped it to 20. That's wild. Oh, here's all the buildings right here.
I know.
Oh, there it is. Wow.
There it
That's
is.
a shot right there. Oh, my goodness. Here.
Do you want me to do it?
No, I got it.
These people are going to be like, what?
Yeah, what are these guys doing? They're like, why are these guys videotaping me?
I know.
Am I that interesting?
Yes.
Let's go to 4th and Byers. It's the one place you never go in this town at nighttime. At nighttime. Can you put it back on the...
I got it.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Do you want it on the charger?
No, I got it. It's good. And go to 4th and Byers. Ooh, we got the structure show coming into town. Love chasing a storm through my hometown here. Now it's picking up a little bit of structure, see? There's, oh my gosh. There's some people out there. Wow, that's impressive actually. That's not too bad.
I keep getting severe warnings.
There's the courthouse. Got storms coming in here. We're gonna pick up a lot of trees here in a minute, so I'm gonna... I'm just gonna go like another mile south, and then I'll get back out ahead of this thing. My location may or may not be updated. I have no idea.
I'll check.
We're not in Franklin, Kansas, okay? We're in Joplin, Missouri. We're at Joplin, Missouri. We're not in Franklin, Kansas. Here.
It says that we're in Franklin.
It says we're in Franklin, Kansas. No, look at this tail cloud coming in here on like this. What is going on here? It's pretty crazy right here. This is a supercell structure right here inside of the storm. Oh, we got a supercell deforming now. That's why. Wow, look at this supercell structure right here. It's gonna go right over my house. It's gonna go right over the home base. Look at that tail cloud coming in on the right side. Let me get a better view of this thing.
Smell the rain.
Yeah, the rain smells good. Good.
It smells fresh.
It's getting close to us now. Look at that, it's right there. Come on, let me get a look at this thing. Let me get a good angle
Dang.
without like 20 power lines and everything like that. Wow, look at that storm. We're gonna turn left here.
This is the best one we've seen.
Yeah, this is probably the best structure of the day right here.
Yeah.
And when I thought the day was over, it just goes to show you should never give up. Alright, I got a spot. We'll sit and watch. I'm like, now I'm only like a few minutes away from home. Getting very close. Up and close and personal down here. the cemetery. I want to get an angle without trees, so I'm backing up a little bit here. There's some rotation in there. Moving fast. If it looks like this, we'll keep chasing it. Why not?
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not?
Can I drive down this road?
I don't know.
I think so. Here we go. There's the look. There's the look. Right there. Wow, what a shot right there. Okay. Okay, now we got to get back ahead of this thing in a minute, because look at that rain coming to get us. See that? See that rain on the right side?
Yeah.
It's coming.
It's coming for us.
So we'll move in just a minute here.
That's crazy.
It's pretty cool. Wow. It's getting even better structure on it now.
I know.
It's getting very, very, very close too. So. All right, let's get back out ahead of this. Yeah, it's not rotating much, really. It's really not rotating that much, but it looks pretty sick. All right, let's get back out ahead of it. You want to hold the phone for me out the window when I turn right here?
Yes.
Thank you. That'd be a big help. Okay, you can see it. You need to open the window if there's too much water on it, or just put the camera up really close
Got it.
and kind of get around it. Yeah, just try your best.
Is it the rain making it blurry or what?
Yeah, but as long as it's 0.9 or lower, it should be able to focus just fine.
It's really not focused.
It's not focused. What is it at?
I think it might be the rain though.
Just roll down the windows. We're now like 2 minutes from my house. This is very close to home. This storm's moving right in here in Joplin. My location's not updated too quick, so it's cool. I guess we just take it. All of our roads south are going to run into a lot of trees, so I have to figure this one out. What? Okay, I know.
You're so bright.
Look at those clouds are moving.
Oh.
We'll get down to an angle where we're going to go. But we're going to run into some trees here. Turquoise, man, that's insane. we're in the EF5 tornado zone right here. This area got hit with the EF5. Yeah, not much. It's very outflow dominant right now. It's very outflow dominant right now, so. Look at that. You can see the rain coming right there. It's moving pretty quick now. We're gonna move into the trees here in a minute. I'm thinking about going like just east on 44 and then getting to 49 and just getting out ahead of everything. Because then if we get on 49, we'll have better, less tree coverage than if I just go south towards Seneca. Have a lot more trees towards Seneca.
It's crazy because it's only 5:40.
It's only 5:40. It looks so dark. Yeah, it looks so dark. Well, if you think this is dark, you should see some of the storms that. Like, I've seen storms where it's like 3 p.m. and it's like almost pitch dark. To where like all these lights are on.
That's what happened when the hailstorm hit.
Yeah, it looks like it looks like pitch dark.
It looks so dark.
They upped the warning to 1.25 inch hail now, so we just got to get back out ahead of it. I don't know what the best thing to do is. I'm going to decide right now. I think the best could just go south right here. Just run for a while. Now we're in the hills and the trees, so for at least the present time being. We'll drive south and see what it looks like, and if it doesn't look that good, then I'll just head back up there. Most of the time when these storms are warned for like 60 mile an hour winds, they almost never actually have 60 mile an hour winds. Man, these are the curvy roads. This is the time it rains or it's like nighttime, this road always has fog. I've never seen a road with so much fog. I don't know what I don't know what the play is here because I feel like that structure was much better on that other side, on that west side. So I don't know if I want to go east, especially since 44 is getting taken over by the rain. I think I might just get south ahead of this like cloud bank right here. And once I get ahead of the cloud bank, I think I'll be able to see it a lot easier. But we're gonna hit some traffic up here too, right on the interstate. It's getting windy. It's really windy right now.
I was just noticing.
I wonder if anyone's out playing paintball at Paintball Ridge right now. It'd be fun to play paintball in a storm, I guess, maybe. What?
The wind. Huh?
Yeah, it's very, very gusty right here. My goodness. You can really see the winds whipping. Whoa!
Whoa!
Got stuff flying in the air. Okay.
That was so weird.
I know. We got leaves flying. See that?
Yeah.
We got quite a few leaves flying in the air. All right, we got some of this. I think the structure's definitely calmed down. See?
I agree.
Well, yeah. I don't know. Do we just let it run us over at this Love's right here and call it? I think
Yes.
we might. I think we might have to. Let me look one more time at radar and see. I mean, radar still looks really impressive. So, I wonder if it's still gearing up to do something. They like got a supercell structure for like 5 minutes. It got like that supercell structure for like 10 minutes and then it was gone again. See how it's like, see how the storm is doing this thing where it'll like get itself together for like 5, 10, 15 minutes and then it'll just like lose itself. And then it'll probably, I bet you in a minute, it'll probably try to get back together. Look at that tail cloud. You still have this tail cloud feeding into it. You still have inflow. I don't know how you have inflow. I don't know how you have inflow right here, but you, or up there, but you do. You somehow have inflow up there. And then, yeah.
Siren?
Why are the sirens going off? That's, yeah, they just sound the sirens for everything. Let's see if I can hear these. I don't know. They will sound them for anything. It will sound the sirens for about anything. I'll figure out what I want to do here. Let's get back out ahead of this thing.
I mean, it's not even tornado warning.
No, it's not tornado warned. They're sounding the tornado sirens here, but it's not tornado warned, chat. It is not tornado warned. I think we should get out ahead of it and just see what it looks like.
I agree. I don't see what
Chat, I don't know if you can hear that well on the phone or through the phone, but they're sounding the tornado sirens here in Joplin, which doesn't make sense, but I guess they do whatever they want. Because this, I can promise you, this storm has a very low tornado risk. I don't want to say none at all, but it has a low tornado risk. It's just too disorganized to have a tornado risk. It tried for just a minute, but the speed limit should go up here. I'm trying to get back out ahead of this thing towards. Oh my gosh,
goodness.
that was one heck of a lightning strike. My goodness. That was quite the strike. I wish we got that on camera. Cause that was like purple.
It was,
It was literally purple. because of the way the sun angle is and the lighting. Yeah, I have no idea why they're sounding sirens for a hailstorm. Yeah, well, they do it. They've done it before. This isn't the first time they've done this. I wonder if since after the tornado, they just take extra precaution and they'll sound the siren. But let's see, only the sirens were sounding on that part of town. So obviously on the other side of town, someone didn't sound the sirens. I don't know why.
Yeah.
There's a warning for 4-inch hail and 90-mile-an-hour winds in Texas.
Wow.
Could you imagine softballs hitting your car at 90 miles an hour? That would tear some stuff. There's a big hail core on this thing now. 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts, they say on this storm. I didn't see the 70-mile-an-hour wind gust. I'm just getting back out ahead of this chat, and then we're just getting back out ahead of it.
Storm chaser.
Is that the same guy?
That's the same guy.
Oh my goodness. This guy.
I really thought that was a police.
Well, a lot of the storm chasers will think they're police.
Yeah.
Like the dude in the Arnett tornado going 80 miles an hour between chaser cars with his lights on like he's a cop. Like, dude, I hope that guy gets a felony because that's so illegal.
Well, that guy in the storm chaser car started moving.
Yeah. Well, he probably, I don't know, maybe he knows who I am and he just, he's like, I'm going to follow this guy. He knows where he's going.
Yeah.
I act like I know what I'm doing. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I like to think so. What happened? Oh, there we go. We got some structure now to our right. See that?
Yeah.
Getting going right there. In a minute, we'll get back out ahead of this storm. And it's doing some weird thing where it keeps picking up this like supercell structure on its western flank, which does make sense. There it goes again. Look at that. See, it's getting that structure again, and then look, it'll get that structure for 10-15 minutes, and then it'll lose the structure. Like it's done all day. It'll get that structure for a few minutes, and then it'll lose it.
I just don't know.
It's just blowing up for no reason. Why is that blowing up? Oh gosh. Here you go.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Does it look like it does earlier, or not quite as good?
Not quite as good.
Yeah. Look at that, we got some local storm watchers out here. I like to see the kids getting in it. Love to see the kids getting involved in the storm chasing. We should have some like kind of more farmland, terrain up here, and we should be able to get a better view of this thing. We're headed down towards the Seneca area. We're not far from where the famous spook light is. We're close to the spook light. This mysterious orb that I've never seen it, but I know people who say it's real. Apparently it's real according to some people, but
The raindrops are like blowing into the farmer's screen.
it's bigger than an inch and a half. But looking at radar, it's definitely gotten a little bigger, I think, in the last few minutes. Yeah, your car's sitting at my house. Hopefully it doesn't get hit. That would be bad. That'd be no bueno.
I might be a little bit sad.
That'd be funny. Just kidding.
After the hailstorm?
I didn't think it'd be that bad. I didn't think these storms would make it down here. There it is, right there.
Yes.
I need to find a spot just to pull in. I don't want to pull pull. I don't just want to pull into someone's driveway.
No, don't do that.
So I usually do that. I'm like, see, look at that supercell. See that supercell structure right there? I bet we're gonna get some nice lighting shots here in a second. I thought this road might not be good. I want to find a spot where I can just pull off, you know. No, I'll find one up here. Was there some good lighting?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Look at the structure it's picking up again. See that? Now it needs to get some inflow on it. We're getting outflow winds. It's pulling in a little bit of inflow. But so this storm is not going to produce a tornado. It's just going to look really cool.
You promised me a tornado today.
I did not promise you a tornado. That is not. I said don't expect one.
I'm just kidding.
That's exactly what I said. Don't expect a tornado today.
I'm just kidding.
I didn't think the tornadoes were in the cards today. So far.
I'm just joking.
So far, that's how it's looked. But yeah, Joplin's getting smacked right now with probably some 1/4 inch size hail. It's just quarters. I think it should be okay. If it is just quarters, it should be okay. Well, we got like a dust up.
Sorry, man.
Why'd he do that? Like, buddy, you're behind me. I have the right of way, dude. Like, what? Did you see that? Like,
Yeah,
why
they
would you?
kind of scared me, actually.
It's not like, dude, you're behind. Alright. Yeah, thank you. We're about to get some big time wind here. Whoa, we got stuff flying.
Bunch of feathers.
Yeah, a bunch of
Leaves.
stuff flying here.
Dirt. Big.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
A lot of outflow on this thing. I've never seen like straw fly like that.
I know, me neither.
Waiting for those 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Not quite yet, huh? All right, guys, we're just gonna let this storm overtake us right here. We got major wind. Look at that. Look at that storm coming up. See it? How dark it is. It's got major wind here, guys. Major, big time wind. Just south of Joplin, north of Seneca here. The storm got much bigger, too. wind has kind of calmed down just a little bit. All right, you want to just drive into it? I think we should. Comes that wind again.
Mm-hmm. Like slowed down a little bit.
No, big time wind here. You can hear it.
I know.
Look how blue it is. Car is shaking now. Car's shaking just a little bit from this wind here. Look at this up. Look at this downdraft right here coming right at us. Pretty intense. Pretty intense here. Let's see, it's still warned for 70 mile an hour wind. 1.5 inch hail, or 1.25, so a little bigger than quarters. I say this thing's kind of losing a little bit of the structure. I think we go intercept it. What do you think?
Yeah.
I would agree. Let's go. I'm gonna go intercept this, guys, and kind of head in the general direction of home. I'm still only 10 minutes from my house, so I'm right here. I'm right next to this. Is a very local chase here. Could even have some flash flooding, some minor flash flood. Oh, look at all these twigs, and it wasn't quite strong enough for any branches so far that I've seen, but probably good 50 mile an hour winds there easily. I bet we had 50 mile. I've never seen grass blow like that either. That was pretty crazy.
That was pretty cool.
That was pretty cool. Oh, here we go. We got some structure right here actually now. Picking up on our left. But welcome in, everybody. It's an emergency siren, yeah. Chat, you think this storm's a W or an L? Let me know, chat. W or L's in the chat for this storm. It's pretty cool. It's pretty windy, so I say it's a W. No tornadoes, just some wind and hail that's like not probably big enough to really damage property, except for that stuff near Fort Scott. That was pretty big. That might have damaged some property, but other than that, it's probably nothing too crazy. There's definitely some like embedded rotation in this storm. Like it's not going to produce any tornadoes, but there's definitely like embedded rotation on this storm, like back in there, and it's probably mostly, you know, in the mid levels of the storm. But stop sign survived.
Definitely the coolest one I've been with you.
Coolest storm? Okay, there you go.
Yeah. Cooler than the other ones I went on.
I wonder, does this guy have the right of way? I couldn't see who got there first.
I didn't see who got there first.
Guess I'll
but I mean, you both are turning left. So.
Look at that flag just flying there. Alright, guys, here's our storm. There we go, yes, flag. Here's our storm right here. We're going into the belly of the beast, okay? We're about to get into the thick of things. We're about to get into the thick of it. Just like that Backyardigans song. We're going into the thick of it, y'all. We're going into the thick of it. There's a lot of velocities on this thing. I mean, it's definitely got some rotation back in there. He's fleeing the storm, man. He doesn't want any part of that. Oh, look at this wind. It's picking up now. Here we go. What? Is he getting me?
I think he is.
Why?
He turned around and put his lights on.
Well, not anymore.
No, he's just all pedal.
I wasn't speeding though.
You were on your phone. Maybe he's looking at the song. He turned around with the light down. I don't know, maybe he's driving around.
Here we go, guys. We're getting in the thick of this thing.
You actually might have been good. I think you're good.
Well, I didn't do anything wrong, so why would I get pulled over?
I don't know.
I was going 55 and a 55, right?
Yeah.
Maybe I was going 60. I don't know. 60 and a 55.
I think you're good. I saw him turn around with the light on.
He
but-
probably's going somewhere else.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I mean, and even if he did pull me over, I'd be like, I don't think I did anything wrong, so I'm not worried about getting, Here we go, guys. This storm's gonna be pretty nasty. See how we got that?
Yeah.
That's a telltale sign of structure. Yeah. So when it's tight like that, when it's a tight gradient, you're gonna have better structure. service. It's going on. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why it's so bad now. I can't end my stream if I don't have service. You know? What? Well, until I get service to end it. Here we go. I keep getting on and on. I keep having it on and on. So it's probably struggling a lot. I don't know what happened to the service. It must be the storm because we went through the same area earlier. We definitely had service. So I might just have service up here. I might just park it. Definitely, this storm definitely does not have the 1-inch hail in it anymore. At least it probably did a minute ago, but I think no longer it has that 1-inch hail on it. Might have some flash flooding trying to set up here, but I don't know if there's enough rain. I don't know if it's going to rain for long enough. No, probably not. Yeah, there's not much more to stream here because we're kind of out of the core now. When we were in the core, my stream went down. So that's how it goes, you know. Mm-hmm. Well, guys, it was a fun little chase, a little local chase. I'm gonna go home here and rest up a little bit here, and I might be chasing tomorrow. Not really sure yet. We'll see. Not really too sure what's gonna happen tomorrow with the chase and everything, and there could be another MCV that develops in Mississippi and Alabama, and hey, if it looks good, I'm gonna pull the trigger. But the problem is, I really should pull the trigger on it tonight, unless I want to wake up at 4 a.m. and start driving to it. So I really should probably pull the trigger tonight and start driving down there. So I'm gonna have to look at these models that come in the next few hours and kind of decide what I'm thinking about it. And but here, I'm still opening my computer up here, but give me just a minute here. Probably not much flash flooding with it. Maybe just a tiny bit of flash flooding on this storm. I really think that it's just not going to rain long enough to get the flash flooding, but there might be a little bit. I mean, it's been raining hard on the south side of Joplin now for 30 minutes. Webb City even longer, for almost an hour. So there might be some flash flooding. There might be some minor flash flooding. I don't know if it's going to be enough for them to issue a flash flood warning. It was a fun chase, and we saw some cool stuff. If you missed it, I'll show you guys what we saw. Look at this supercell going right over Joplin, Missouri here. Look at that, right through Joplin. Focus. There we go, right through Joplin. This went right through Joplin. Nice supercell there. But I can't get my hotspot to connect, so let me see if I can end this. I'm only like 5 minutes from my house, so literally like 5, 6, 7 minutes from my house. So it's always nice to end a stream right by home. Let's see if I can connect to my Wi-Fi and even get this thing ended. So we saw some cool stuff today. Honestly, it's about what I was expecting. This is about what I was kind of expecting. So nothing out of the ordinary, but obviously could have been a lot worse. I'm gonna check chat one last time here. So I didn't lie, we had no lie here. Oh, Timo, thank you for the $5 super chat. That's very generous of you, Timo. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, data was pretty... I just passed your house, Tammy. Well, if I just passed your house, you live very, very close to me because I'm right next to home. So, all right, guys. Once again, Timo, W for Timo. Thank you so much. On that note, guys, I'm going to go ahead and call it a day. We're live for almost 4 hours, and appreciate every single one of you guys. Make sure to like the stream, subscribe to the channel here. We're almost at 300 likes here. Subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys soon, and take care.